And we are live. Greetings, everybody. Greetings, Chris and Keith and Allium.
Hello.
Greetings.
All right, we have everybody. All right. Let me know, everybody, if there's any sound levels. I think we're good, but just in case. So I have a new mic set. I have a new setup here at the house and a new mic as well. So not sure if we're all balanced at this point.
Sound good to me. I'm going to mute myself over here and then listen to you on the stream. Then I'll let you know for sure.
Oh, okay. Sounds good to me. All right.
You get the echo effect.
Yeah, there's no way. I just realized I can't actually turn off the sound for just the stream thing. Never mind. They'll tell us if it's bad.
Yep.
It's
sounds
good.
Sounds like everybody
It's
hears.
good.
Cool. All right. Yep. Sounds good to me. All right. Good. So welcome to the Release 109 stream, and the release actually went pretty well this time, for once in a few months. So one thing that actually we got from this one, I believe, is that we are going to make one more slight procedural change to prevent a situation where somebody logs in with a client without patching to the new release, which obviously causes problems with subscription rewards and such. So,
For what game? What game are you talking about?
Fortnite, of course. This is Shroud of the Avatar, free to play game. Actually, Keith, go ahead and take it because you actually do that very well.
Oh, I don't have a regular way to say it, but yeah, it's Shroud of the Avatar. It's a free-to-play game. You can play multiplayer, single player. Most people play online with friends and family. You can find us at shroudoftheavatar.com, although you can also get us from Steam. My name is Keith Quinn. I go by Sannio on the forums, and I am a designer and a quest guy, and I implement the player-owned towns. We have a lot of bells and whistles in the games, and most of us wear multiple hats. Stephen can reintroduce or introduce himself. He was already talking.
Yeah, sorry about that. I go by Ravalox, and I am I guess I wear many hats. So I'm a generalist. I go over the place, do a little bit of everything, and basically acting as the operations manager at this point, looking to shed some of those hats, hopefully by the end of January, and get back to doing things like scene building and things like that, world building stuff. I'm also, I guess, currently basically acting as the community manager. That's the main interaction role that I have. So, Chris, who are you?
I am Chris Spears, and to Sir Sigalian, we do a stream like this once a release and try and answer questions and get on and give you updates on stuff and talk. I am one of the company. Well, I'm the guy who kind of runs the company.
Top Dog.
Also going to be Top Dog. I was at a game company named Top Dog. That was like the second or third game company I ever worked at back before 1997, maybe. A lot of good people there. Still keep up with some. But anyways, yeah, I guess I'm the official Top Dog. The official Top Dog, Mojito, is sitting behind me here somewhere. We also have another puppy, but I won't introduce him because he is a monster. But anyways, I've been on the project since the start. I helped kickstart it and have been the lead programmer, CTO type since the very start. And here right now, I'm kind of taking it easy, letting my brain recover after a rough year on things. So I haven't been contributing as much lately, but looking forward to the holidays and de-stressing and recovering and getting back into things.
There you go. Cool. Awesome. Yeah.
And I need to shave.
We're very much looking forward to next year, and there's a lot of work we have to do. Chris and I have been working on, mainly Chris at this point, working on getting new build machines in place and refining the glitches that we're having with the build machine after we added some new stuff. So once we get all that actually up and running, then we can get back to working on Unity 2021. Allium, would you like to introduce yourself?
I am Allium. I am a person in charge of patch and release notes and bug verification and intake, or, problem solving, and a general peanut gallery for the other guys when they're trying to test things or figure out new options. And I don't have to shave.
I shave.
Nally left off that she is always right as well.
Yes, she is. She is the queen of bugs, and she is always right. I only shave for the streams, so there you go. Let's see. All right, Sir Sigalian had asked if we could get weekly streams like this. Weekly streams. We used to do weekly streams, and we found that it was taking a toll on the team, and it's actually
On the sanity.
yeah, the sanity, and it actually cuts into the productivity as well a bit, but it's mainly the mental fortitude to do this on a weekly basis, and actually have good solid things to talk about. For a while I went back to trying to do basically like an every other week thing, and then we basically when Chris got sidetracked into the other stuff, I ended up taking on more responsibility on the day-to-day roles, so I couldn't do that either. Maybe I could throw in some extra streams as we move into the new year, but I don't want to make any promises for a schedule. So at this point, the monthly streaming schedule is posted on the website, on the current events, recent events, upcoming events, on the upcoming events on the website. So, okay, there you go. He's Sir Sigalian says he's addicted to all things soda, and his wife apparently says he has a problem, but he divorced her, so that's not a problem, I guess now. Okay, so going back to my rambling without doing the proper introductions, it's one of the things I always forget to do. So thank you, Keith, for kicking me in the butt for that.
Well, I'll also mention then, if that's my job now, I'll mention that we need to say the phrase that pays. We need to share that.
Good point. Yes.
Right at the top.
Yeah, and one of these days I'll get a little cheat sheet and have that up there as well, so that I would remember to do these things. So the phrase for today is "Here's to the future." And you need to say that in game, in universal chat, zone chat, local chat, and then you'll be automatically entered into the raffle for the prizes. And we run at least a couple of those, and if there's a hype train, then that adds on more cycles of prize run. Hopefully, that'll actually not get blocked on Team City this time. So
yeah. So if anyone's new here, we like to give away prizes during these live streams, and we run a script in the background that checks to see when people say the phrase that pays. This one is now "Here's to the future." If you say it in the in-game chat, our little script will detect it, and then you're in the running for getting an in-game prize.
Side note, you can say it in any in-game chat. Doesn't have to be universal, can be local, can be a whisper to someone. It'll be picked up no matter what.
And good news for you guys who are on the stream. I'm almost certain that the bug is still in there, and that you may be able to win more than one prize.
Woohoo!
Oh yeah, it's definitely still in there. I have
Keep
not
talking about
gotten.
fixing it.
Yep.
It's the bug that people enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. It's like one of these. You know what it is. Somebody keeps bribing me to not fix it. So there you go. But eventually it'll be fixed. I don't know. I got an order of operation I want to try to keep to, and I want to get the build servers fixed first, and then I'll go in there and start messing around with the script.
Yeah, and we announced the winners toward the end of the broadcast.
Yep, exactly. Okay, so some news and updates. One of the things is that on a quarterly basis, we send donations over to the Make a Difference charities. We have a cash shop on the website. that is called Make a Difference. If you go up onto the store if you go on the website and look at the store, the add-on store, you'll see there's a Make a Difference section, and all the items that and categories that are in there go to the various charities. There's a nature charity, water charity, breast cancer, autism, etc., etc. So on a quarterly basis, we get those totals together and send the money over to the appropriate charities. This quarter, because this is the first quarter, we've actually put it back up and running, back up on the website. It hasn't been active in quite some time, so we got it all back up and together. We have donated over $600 to the various charities for the Make a Difference store for the end of 2022. So,
and I did those donations myself, and thanks a huge chunk or ton to people for making those happen. But I'd also like to note that I did take one for the team, because since making these donations to, let's see, I've got them up here, but it's Conservation International, Water.org. I'm trying to remember, Leonardo's, BCRF, and I forget the other ones. But basically, since I've donated to those, not thinking about it, just like, I'll just go donate to them. I'll just use my my work email. I have been getting so much spam. Like crazy. How much? If you give somebody money once, they will ask you for money about every 4 hours for the rest of your life. So
yep.
Anyways, I took one for the team there. I didn't realize that. I should have done it with a different email.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was July, August, and September. So we'll be coming up on another one soon.
And Doctors Without Borders was the last one, I think.
Yes.
And Autism Speaks was the other one.
Right. Yeah, we probably. Well, I think each section. I'm looking to see. Yeah, it does. It actually says on the Make Difference store. It says water.org, autism awareness, breast cancer, Movember. Some of them actually specify the
Movember was the other one.
Some of them don't. Yeah.
And for those who, I kind of cheated on the Movember thing, because I think that's you buy the mustache. Isn't that like the mustache donates to the Movember?
Yep.
I actually donated to Star's Movember, but it all goes to the same place. But I helped Team Star with that. And actually,
okay.
I was on a video chat with Star earlier today, and he still has his Movember mustache. It looks absolutely hideous. But he said apparently there's every year that they have a party at their house, and everybody brings stuff over. He doesn't invite me to the party though. But and then they want him to keep his mustache until that event, so he'll be shaving it off tonight. So if anybody wants his mustache, let me know, because I think we can put tape on it. And no good.
I can make
Sorry,
my own
that's only for the old people. There was a time, I think 3 or 4 years ago, where we did Movember and people commented on a lot, and I think Star gave his mustache to somebody who bought something, but his actual mustache, they put shave and wax and glue on it or something, and actually shaved it off. So
Yep.
Was it? Did it go along with the blood reliquarium?
Yeah, that was the and I'm not going to say the word follicle something or other.
Follicular.
Yeah, and so we had one of those. That's the most unique thing that has ever been given out on one of those. The blood, there were 5.
There were 5, and Star fainted
yeah.
when they took his blood. He actually had to sit down. He is for being the Prince of Chaos or Lord of Darkness or whatever stuff. He still faints at the sight of his own blood.
So that was there were 5 for Dark Star and 5 for Lord British for that, and then there was just 1 for the Movember thing for Star and 1 for Lord British. So there's 2 of those out there total. 1 of each. Richard chopped off a piece of his rat tail. For that one.
Wow.
Yep.
Sir.
All on camera.
And of course, a great thanks should go out to Justin. She's the one who's going out on the website and collecting the data and sending that over to Chris and making sure that it's done on a timely basis. So this is it's not just a click of the button. There's definitely work involved in collecting these numbers and getting all the data in front of Chris and making sure the checks get cut. So thank you very much.
See, by the way, that we're hanging out right now in Castle Atos with the Christmas tree holiday decorations set up.
Yep.
For those who don't know what Castle Atos is, if you know where Sultan is, one of the early towns, it is kind of between Sultan and Salisbridge along the road. So I guess it's, what is that, northwest of Sultan?
Mostly north.
Yeah, mostly north. Basically, if you just head north on the road, it's right there on the left.
Yeah.
So, let's see here. What else do I got? Okay. So basically, going in, we're coming up to the end of the year. Let me see. Is there? For release 109, we have some new stuff. There's various new things, and the patch notes are kind of extensive for actually what is really about 10 days worth of work that we could do. We're still on our short holiday schedule, so we have an abbreviated we call a sprint to get the work done, and then we go into lockdown to prepare everything and do the testing and make sure that the stuff's solid. So actually, for the period of time that we had to get things done this month, we've actually gotten a lot accomplished. So we have a new area added onto Vikland, which we'll go and explore a little bit of that in a little while. We added in some new trophies for treasure hunts in that type of category. So I had a request for a trophy for this type of an event and realized that we just don't have anything that was applicable. So went in there and started doing that. And I want to actually send out a special thanks to Coswald and Flair, who gave valuable input. And I'm sure you guys have seen the picture of the final product. So took all their suggestions and put that stuff in. And then in addition created some different colored chests as well. So we now have a chest with gold bands and a chest with, technically copper, but we're going to call them brass bands. So the next step after this will be to get those chest recipes into the game, so that way you guys could use gold ingots or brass ingots and make these different chests as well. So there'll be new deco items. That'll probably come out in release 110. In addition...
Oh, you need a Jira for that.
I'm sorry?
You need a Jira for that.
Yes, I do. So if you wouldn't mind, that would be great. Easy enough. Okay, so, all right, let's see, what else do we have that's going on right now? Oh, the Bug Brigade headquarters has moved. We were located in Arteris, but we have moved the bug boat over to Brecon Bay. And this is pretty much going to be our permanent place, I believe. The island that's in the bay didn't have any lots used, so we went over there and grabbed those lots and set up the boat. That area has now been named Hunter's Island, thanks to Keith and getting all that set up. So we have a POI and an entry on the teleport street sign as well.
Yep. Also, Brecon Bay is north of Brittany.
Yes.
On the coast.
Yep, just north of Brittany. If you follow the road along there, it'll be on the right-hand side. There'll be it's an island for. Is it an island? No. It's one of the towns that's right on the road on the right.
It is not an island. It's a regular mainland town.
It's on the coast.
But it's on the coast. Yeah, it's on the shoreline.
Cool. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do now that we got the boat there, we have to settle in and set up some other stuff on the other lots that are there. We'll have our events there. Hopefully, we'll be able to put together an event sometime soon, rather than just wait until our annual anniversary party. And we'll also use that area to do testing, both on live and on the QA server. So if we have, if there's items to give out, like let's say the trash can stuff that we just recently did, we'll be doing that. Those items will be made available either there or in hometown. It's going to be one of the two places, depending on what we got going on. So, if especially if we have an interactive testing event, then we'll be there on Hunter's Island. Okay. I want to give a quick shout out to Irish Eyes, whose birthday was yesterday. So happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Irish Eyes! I wished your birthday or happy birthday already.
Oh, there you go. Yep. And from here, I got more stuff, but I'm going to hand it over to Chris. Oh, actually, never mind. Oh, there he is. I'm going to hand it over to Chris for a little bit, so we could talk about our upcoming gold recovery efforts here.
So not much to report on that. The code has been done. We have not had time to run the data. That's all on me, though, just being too busy and too many different balls in the air. We do still plan on getting that. From my initial runs on things, I don't think it's going to be that much different from what we had before, but maybe we'll see. We'll have to take QA down for probably a full day to actually make it happen, though. But we do plan on getting that for you. We probably won't have it as your Christmas present, which is what I'd hoped we'd have for it. So that's still underway, though. But that is all on me. That is not, no one's blocking me on that except for me and my lack of time.
Gotcha. You got anything else going on that we need to talk about? Or should talk about?
Well, I was trying to grab the puppy that we have here, Milo, to show him off on stream, but he's very skittish. He doesn't like to be picked up. He likes to attack and he'll come and jump on you, but he doesn't like me to pick him up and he hides from me. So I'm not going to be able to show off Milo without stressing him off. Sorry, Milo. Super friendly puppy, though. He is actually, for those who have kept up over the years with Mojito, which if you don't know who Mojito is, he's on the bridge in Owl's Head. That is our original greyhound, actually our second greyhound. But he is sleeping behind me right now quietly. Milo is another greyhound that we got from my daughter, the amazing 8-year-old Maxine. But he has grown more. So Mojito is the original one. He's 10 pounds. Can you pick up Milo and show him off on stream? Oh, she might be able to get him here. But anyways, the new greyhound is 15 pounds and incredibly cute, but very skittish and doesn't like being picked up. There you go. Sorry, bud. But he's very sweet. So that's about all the news. I know no one out there cares, except for just probably a handful of people. But sweet puppy is sweet, but he's big and a lot of energy. So in terms of other game stuff, I don't have too much to announce. We are trying to finalize what we're going to be working on. We're still trying to figure out which one comes first. The placeable houses will probably be Q2 is probably when we're going to end up working on that stuff, though. The movable houses on lots where you can have the free placement. So just a heads up.
Cool.
That's probably it.
Okay. All right. So that's a good segue into that. There's two aspects of wish list changes. I posted a response actually in one of the threads that was going on in the wish list forum. And over this weekend, I will be putting up a more official, actual post. It's going to be a thread that'll be pinned at the top of that forum, giving better information as to how a wish list should be posted and stuff like that. Currently, most people are creating new threads and for a specific idea, and then community is responding back to those threads with comments and input, and which helps flesh out the ideas, gives more detail, and gives us a better idea of what the players are looking for with regards to that concept. And then we could take from that and decide whether or not we're going to put it into the game and put it on the plan of record or whatever. But there's also some older threads that are up there from when it was the wish list was first created, or put into its current form, from Elgarian, and people are still every once in a while responding to that one main thread with different ideas. So they get buried in the pages and pages of ideas that are buried in there. So I'm going to clean that stuff up, lock those threads, and basically go through that one big long one, and pull out anything that's viable, and then archive it and get it out of the way and that type of stuff. So nothing harsh, and it's not meant to be a moderation or anything, but just to get it so that way we could more easily see what's going on, see the reactions, and see what's going on. I mean, you could tell if it's an idea the community's behind if there's 55 responses to a thread. So if there's a thread up there that only has a few responses, that either the players aren't seeing it, or basically it's not that much of a popular idea, that type of thing. So it helps us gauge that type of thing. Having everything in one thread is not going to be viable for that type of a situation. Which leads into the whole thing, is that's the fodder for the roadmap, and we will be publishing up an official Shroud of the Avatar 2023 roadmap at the end of January, when release 110 goes live on this stream next month. Next month we will we'll be ready to talk about that, and that the main topic of that stream will be to go over the roadmap and the things that we're targeting, and what quarters we're targeting those features to be put in, and things along those lines. Internally, we have a spreadsheet. It has a whole bunch of stuff on it. We have categories of main features. We have categories of quality of life, and we have internal things as well. Things to improve the functionality of administrating the game, GM tools and things along those lines as well. So there's a lot that needs to be done, and we're going to pick from those to say these are the definitive things that we agree or we're going to do. We're going to make those as priorities to get them done on the timeline that we agree about, and publish that. Then of course there'll be more things that we'll try to get into the game, but we're not going to put those down on the roadmap, because we don't want to overpromise at that point. So look for that next month. Our internal team meetings are going to be all sorts of discussion about those things, and figure out what we're going to put on that map between now and the end of January. The other thing that's kind of going on recently has been sub rewards. Now, sub rewards, of course, are going on every month, and they're coming out fine. But there's extra bonuses that are supposed to come out every so often, and some of that stuff's been broken for quite some time. I've talked about this on previous streams, and I just wanted to bring it up again that I am working on this. I've actually been working with Tassilo. He's our IT guru for the website, and there's stuff that needs to be updated on the website, and of course on my side as well. New titles. I have to create assets and things along those lines for that, and then something we call offer codes, which allows the website to be able to interact with the game and deliver all that stuff. So Tassilo and I are working together to get that done. I'm hoping to get my side of that stuff completed before the end of this year, which of course is 15 days. So once I get that done, then Tassilo will be unblocked to finish up his side of the stuff, which should be a lot easier than what I need to do. Mine's a lot of legwork, my side of that. But we'll get that going. We've sorted out all the problems that we had with it and found where things weren't working, or in some cases, basically we'll call them the loot tables had run out. The timers on them, or they had to be extended. So we're going to take care of all that stuff. And basically, when this does go live, when it gets corrected, everybody who is owed back rewards, you're going to get a big giant dump of all these things. So the extra dies and all the other stuff that have been pending, that have not been delivered, they'll all show up when that's going to happen, including any titles that that are overdue. So you should get a bunch of titles at the same time. This is our expectation. So we'll fix this. We'll go live with it and test it on QA, of course, internally. So I'll give you updates if anything, if any expectations change for this. But that's what we plan on doing, and we're looking at what we could do to give an extra, thank you for being patient on getting those things fixed as well. But I haven't actually figured out what we're going to do with that yet. So stay tuned. Okay. We are in the process of fulfilling the outstanding stuff for Lottie, Lord of the Isle. There's some physical rewards that are involved with that, and those are being prepped and sent out. They're owed a game box that's signed, so that's going to be going out. But we also have stuff that's dependent on Richard. So I've been in communication with Richard, and I'm going to keep on tugging on his shirt sleeve, as it were, to keep him focused on getting these things done. He owes us one physical item for the Lord of the Isle pledges and a dinner. So the dinner, of course, we're trying to get him a time when he's in Texas, so that way we could, tell everybody about it. Obviously, schedule it ahead of time for those who need to travel. And this way we'll be able to have Star and Richard attend at the same time. That's our hope. At this point, that's pending, and I will update the Lord of the Isle pledges with that information as we get closer to it, and more details on how we can get that done. Sure, that's another one off the list. I saw a request for lava fishing trophies. So actually, Flair, are you at? There you are. Do me a favor. If you have any ideas on that, I'm assuming it's going to be one of the lava fish type of things. Let me know what you think about that. Because I could put those together like I did the other trophies. Cool. Thanks. Let me know. All right. Crossing off all my stuff. Okay. I'm good. Keith, would you like to take the mic now and tell me what you want me to do?
So we could talk about the Vikland extension that was added this release.
Okie dokie. And I'm going to go over there.
Yep. I'm also in the game, so I'll go over there and try to lead you around a little bit.
All right.
So we're going to cheat a little bit while we're there. We're going to skip a couple of things and not do too many spoilers as far as like puzzle type things, but we'll go check out a few stuff. We're going to start in the Vikland village. We're going to go to the house of the chief, and we're going to talk to him. So in order to get into this new secret valley, you have to do a quest first. You unlock it partway through a certain quest. So I think you're in the inn, tavern, Great Hall, whatever it is. So you want to go outside. By the way, if people already know who they've already visited the chief, he's going to get a little bit of an upgrade to his look soon. He still has the old look right now on the live server.
He's over here, right?
Yeah, am I in the wrong server? I don't see you.
Could be. Oh, I'm in private for some reason.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me change that.
Okay. So right now, like I said, he still looks like the old way. He looks like a Norgard guy with a hat, and he'll change this to a dude with armor. He'll be like a little bit taller. He'll have like a beard, a little bit more impressive. Something more like a chief / warlord should look. You're at the right house though, so that house that you're at is the correct one.
Okay.
So we can keep going if you want. So,
okay, it's up to you because I could just reload and get into the same instance as you if you want.
Yeah, that might be easier.
Yeah, let me do that.
You can follow me and I can point stuff.
Okay. Yeah, give me a second.
Yeah, so that was the warlord that we saw. Everyone could see his war bear partner outside, Osborne. If you didn't talk to Osborne yet to learn his name, you can go do that. He is friendly. You know, he'll still growl and stuff. You probably don't want to put your hand in his mouth, but he's the toughest of the war bears. These Viklanders, they have war bears as their partner animal. I've mentioned this before a few times, but kind of like our barbarians, we sometimes team up some of these Norgard groups in these Norgard colony characters with animals, and the Vikland people, they have bears. So now you're in front of me. So we don't have to literally talk to him now because we're going to cheat. But what you're going to want to do to start the quest is you want to come to this warlord and you want to just talk to him. Get a little bit of his history. You'll probably stumble onto the quest. I won't even tell you what the main keyword is. You'll just talk to him. So, Stephen, you don't have to talk to him. We'll just keep going.
Okay.
Once you talk to him, you will do a couple other steps here in the village, and then he's going to send you pretty much straight to the northeast. So we went one slew there, but you want to go all straight northeast, like we're going all the way to the mountains. It's a pretty far walk, so we're going to want to cheat.
Okay.
But it's almost exactly straight. There is a place called the Obsidian Cave. And you will be sent here. So there are some minor spoilers. If you don't want these spoilers, you want to turn down the volume or something like that. There's not normally snow here. Yeah, people point out the snow. It's not normally snow here. We have a special snow event going on. All precipitation is snow lately because of the holiday time frame.
That's not the right cave. You want to go farther north.
This one here?
Yep.
You'll
yeah.
see me being attacked
There.
by panthers. Yeah.
Always a good thing to see. People being
Yeah.
attacked by panthers.
So this is the Obsidian Cave. Some of you may have been able to collect the Vikland crystals from some corpses and chests throughout the scene. There's our standard 8 colors, red, yellow, blue, green. I went out of order. Yeah, orange, purple, black, white. So the yellow ones you can't get yet. The yellow one, crystal, yellow Vikland crystal, will be unlocked with this quest. There's a little spoiler, 10-second spoiler. You will slot the crystal into the hand of the statue over here and the one over there. And when you do, this door will open. Oof, these guys are knocking me all around. And then you'll be able to get into the tunnels for the first time. If someone else opens the tunnels, it's okay to go in there. You're not going to break the quest or anything. It's going to be fine. So, Stephen, you and I are going to slew right through this door. We're going to cheat and just going to go through the door and plop on the other side.
Okay.
Oh, somehow.
Brought a
Somehow
panther with us.
I don't know what this is. Hold on a second.
That's funny.
He body slammed you through the door. Oh, there's 3 of them.
Like that. So don't follow me. I'm going to kill these guys.
Yep.
I don't know what the range is. Hopefully I don't kill you. Okay. All right. You got to be careful out there because there's a two-part thing going on. There is the quest thing with the statue puzzle, and then there is also a wave event where if you kill enough panthers, you'll draw out saber-tooth tigers, and you'll fight a really tough saber-tooth tiger. So it's the Obsidian Cave over here. If you talk to any of the Viklanders, they'll tell you it's a tough place to go. Be careful, don't go there. You're nuts if you want to go there. So it's not meant to be easy, but if you're quick and clever and maybe have some healing ready, then you can skip past the panthers. And not worry about it.
Keith, hold on a second. Hey, Chris, could you do me a favor?
Yep.
Could you start writing the prizing script?
Yep.
I think we owe them 2 of them right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so now we're definitely in spoiler territory now. This is not an area that players have seen. These are, they don't have a specific name. I'll call them obsidian tunnels. They're a variation of our common dungeon architecture with what I'll call the obsidian colors. And you can see it's just wrecked. It's overgrown. People don't really go here. We're gonna go through it all. And we're just gonna skip some stuff. So we'll go through the tunnels for a bit. In this next room, there's some bad guys, but there's also a puzzle. I'm not gonna reveal the puzzle. We're also gonna skip this, Stephen.
Mm-hmm.
I will show you there are these chimes. You see these chimes. You can double click on any one of these chimes.
It chimes.
Once you click it, it chimes. It's got a little glow to it. It lets you know it's active, and then it'll reset itself. These chimes are somehow related, minor spoiler, I guess, somehow related to being able to activate this elevator. The lever is stuck until you figure out a way to do the chimes, and then you can
And
go
I
on
have
the
figured
elevator.
out and not figured out this one yet myself.
Yep. So Stephen, step away from the elevator when you slew, because for people who don't know, if we do our little flying gimmick, our camera flying gimmick in an elevator volume, it'll break us.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So you gotta stay
And not
away from the
permanently, you can just stop slewing and then move and restart it.
Oh, that's not what I wanted, but
and
Got it.
so you want to slew up the elevator shaft, and there's a platform. I'll meet you at the platform.
okay.
By the way, it's also a goal of mine that even though you have to like earn your way forward, it really shouldn't be a big deal going backwards. I had to fix a few things. By the way, thanks to everyone who gave suggestions and feedback on Vikland and these changes, the new area, because they helped. They made me realize that I had a switch that was put in that I guess I removed by accident in one spot, and I put it back in. So at any rate, you should be able to just sort of go backwards if you want to just sort of make your way out without having to do crazy puzzles and stuff.
Gwendolyn says, "Yeah, thanks for adding that."
Oh, well, it was intended. I just screwed it up. So thanks for mentioning it and giving me the details. So here's more obsidian areas, some bad guys. I assume you're in God mode, Stephen.
Yep.
Okay. You can see there's crystals along the way and some other things that you can mine in here.
You're just lucky in getting all the aggro.
Yeah. Still making your way through. Here's sort of a conversation puzzle. This pale one right here. So you might have seen pale ones in the episode 2 area, Mr. Ender, the northern area. People call them pale ones. They were also called underdwellers. They're the same guys as underdwellers from the epitaph. We have a couple different versions. We have the weaker and the stronger versions. He's in a stronger one and during pale one. If you when players talk to him, he'll have a conversation that kind of describes how we can go forward past his little area. So it's sort of a conversation puzzle. But Stephen, we're going to face this door with a lock on it that I'm facing, and we're just going to cheat and go through this door. I'm going to slew through the door on the other side. players, of course, will have to figure out how to unlock that or go. We'll say the locked door is path A. There's also a path B that the PAL one will tell you about if you want. By the way, this switch is what we were talking about before. I had left out this or removed the switch. I actually had it and I removed it. I actually had it over here on the other wall, but I removed it and then I had to put it back after people pointed out that I goofed up and took it out. All right, so let's go this way. So either path, basically one path is like the conversational path, and the other path is the brute force path. Either way, we'll make it back here. By the way, here's a teleporter that you can unlock with the Vicklin runestone. This is similar to one that we have in Alfheim.
Cool. Hey, let me jump in here with a side thing.
Sure.
Behind the scenes, we've been talking. There was a comment made in the stream chat about the autism charity. So I believe that we're making some adjustments there. Is that accurate, Chris?
Yeah, that's we had someone who did more research than I did apparently, because I think it was one of those where we had an autism charity, but we didn't have a specific one named for it. But anyway, so we're going to be changing up the autism charity to be the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network. So based on feedback. So that'll be for the next quarter that we do those the donations. So
which only has 2 more weeks in it.
Which only has 2 more weeks in it.
Yep. So yeah, somebody remind me to make sure the website is updated correctly so that's identified properly on the Make a Difference. Thank you. All right, go ahead, Keith. Sorry.
All right, so we're back on track. So over here, so here's a big tip for everyone. So you see this little thing I'm standing on right here?
Yeah.
That's actually a lock. It doesn't require a key. It requires a Vicklin crystal. So you know how we talked about the Vicklin crystals at the entrance in the Obsidian Cave? You want to save all your crystals. It used to be that you can only have 1 of each color at a time. I've changed it so you'll be able to have 3 of each color at a time. And here's the first time you'll, besides the puzzle, you'll come up to a lock that use it. There's a few places in the valley that we're about to go into that use the lock. And also there's a few chests and things. So you're going to want to save your crystals and use them to unlock certain things in the new area. So what we're going to do is we're going to cheat again. We're going to slew, and we're going to go on the other side of this huge door. I'll meet you on the other side. I'm not paying full attention to the chat, but by the way, people in the chat, if there's something specific you want to sort of stop at, we're not going to reveal too much, but if there was like a detail that you wanted to see, then we could sort of like pause and we can check it out. This is more of the exploration spoiler. We're in the Vicklin Obsidian Valley, I guess you'd call it right now.
You want to make it daytime?
Okay.
You don't like my awesome lighting?
I do like your awesome lighting, but I also like seeing the valley.
Yeah. Okay. You will notice as we go through it, you'll notice it's very overgrown, rusty, crumbly. Even though there's these street lights in front of us, the obsidian street lights with the purple crystals, some of them are missing lights. So this place has been around for a while, and the upkeep has been pretty lacking. If you are familiar with the underdwellers and pale ones from other scenes, you may remember that they were all melee combatants. I've added a couple of bow users, so there's a couple of range guys now. So we can go in here. We'll go over to this platform over here, which is an elevator, similar to the elevator that was inside. And you'll see I'm standing next to another lock. It's not critical. Sometimes the lock is just for a convenience situation. And you might remember the lock inside the door we just went through had an orange ring around it, and this one has a black ring around it. So the color of the ring indicates which crystal that you'll need. So this needs a black Vicklin crystal to operate. But of course, we're in God mode, so woo, we could just jump. And you got to go woo when you jump like that.
Woo.
So there are, well, obviously reapers, just a couple of reapers over here, spiders, pale ones. So this valley is going to, you'll notice, will be dominated by pale ones, but also some other, the spiders are allies of them. The reaper, not so much.
So I'm cheering for the plants this time.
Yeah. There are harvestable items here. So we have ore nodes and garlic and cotton and stuff like that. So if you go around the edge of this area, so the valley is two-part. We're in the I don't even know, the western section, the western half. It's sort of just a standard open area fight scene. There's a couple of hidden areas. We won't go over there. Actually, I remember seeing someone mention, if you want to follow me, we'll go check out this. There's a little pond. So when you first come off the elevator, if you're facing south, you want to turn left and go to east or northeast. Yeah, so there's some water in a little pond over here. You can fish in there if you wanted to. In my mind, this is where these pale ones get their fresh drinking water. And then so we can go back to the road, which is overgrown. Belladonna Rose says it's crazy there. Yep. The quest came up. Yes, I'll point out once again that there's a quest you have to do first. You don't have to finish it. You go partway through, and once you get to a certain stage, you'll be able to sort of use some crystals to get into the tunnels, and then the tunnels lead to this back area. You can see at this door, there's another lock. The lock has a red ring around it, so we know that this requires a red crystal. And so we can slew through there. We can cheat, you and I, Stephen.
Okay.
And we'll just pop up on the other side. And this is the back half of the valley. So first you'll see, oh, by the way, I don't know how often these, you guys might not know it, behind the scenes, I've been talking about how I've been tweaking a lot of the visuals of some of these NPCs. Like this, we have a kobold fighting me right now. The previous Underdweller version of the kobold was just like a normal melee kobold. He had the red scales and normal look. He wasn't special. He was like a placeholder guy. I don't even know if he was put in anywhere else. So I actually updated him to be like an actual pale kobold. So we have, I guess you guys might know, like I did the reef spiders. They're all sort of colorful. There's no reef spiders back here, just the regular ones, regular wood spiders.
The locals are very friendly.
Yeah, they're very angry. And you can see they have a lot to say. Submit to the eye. So we have a few buildings here. We can look at them. I'll give you a little overview. Players can explore them. In the center is there'll be a wave battle if you want to engage in it. And around the outside of the section, there's little mausoleum buildings. There's a lab. There's a ominous obsidian tower. There's
those thrones in the little mausoleums are creepy.
Oh yeah, you like those? All right, let's go check one out. Stephen, if you just want to walk around and we'll check things out.
Okay.
All right, so you went for the obvious, and that's fine. The big tower over here. Once again, you can see me standing next to a lock, and the lock has a ring around it. You got to get the Vicklin crystal with the correct color to be able to go in.
Okay. Are we going in?
Now we're not going to go in. That's
Yeah.
a little spoilerish.
Right.
So we'll play the spoiler. There's no door on this one, so we can actually go in here, poke in, and just check things out. So if you look close at the throne,
Oh yeah.
you can see that
Not
there's
that
manacles.
comfortable looking.
Yeah. So whatever these were used for probably wasn't pleasant for whoever was sitting there. I guess we'll continue clockwise around the whole area. So you'll want to go west. So this is just sort of like an open area. It's undefined, but in my mind, there's a likelihood that it was used for some sort of training or demonstration of ability. I don't know exactly what. Maybe long ago there were targets on one end, or it was arena type situation, some sort of display.
Yeah, I can see like martial arts or something being used here.
Yeah, probably different purposes depending upon whatever the event was. It would probably mix and match. So there's no. So you're looking at this little tower thing, the little doorway in the tower. There's no door to get in there. Door's actually on the ground. There's no ladder inside to get up to the top. But it's okay if people get up to the top. That's fine. In fact, the wall separating this back half from the front half of the valley, little spoiler, there is sometimes a treasure chest up there. Here's another spoiler. There are treasure chests in here that require the crystals to unlock them. So the chests are randomly placed around. They'll be a little bit different each time the scene spins up. So you're going to want to, once again, save your crystals. So we're not going to go in here. All right. Don't stand next to me for a second.
Oh, okay. I think I'm safe because I'm in God mode. So.
Oh, yeah, maybe so. Okay, there we go. Get rid of the crowd. So we can peek through the walls. We can't go in because, once again, it's a crystal, white crystal. Creepy stuff going on inside. In here, there'll be nightshade also and mandrake root that you can harvest. So we've sort of circled the whole area, but there's another little section back here. It has one of these mausoleum rooms with the special seats and a little bit of some construction stuff, and then there's one with a ladder in the back.
Yeah, somebody made a mess in this one.
Oh yeah, probably recently used. There's also an exit archway, we sometimes call them. And that, if you follow me, the exit archway is over this way. It's for an easy way out. It is not one of those types that you can unlock to get back in the fast way. So anytime you want to come in here, if you leave here, you're going to have to come in from the main section, the main woodland section, go through the obsidian cave and come back here. So something to keep in mind. Don't leave if you don't really want to leave. So that's it. Like I said, there's still more things to see because we didn't go inside. We didn't go inside a couple of buildings. If you fight the wave battle, there's a little secret something extra that happens with that. I guess I don't want to say too much about that. I'll just say there's a little secret something extra. And there you go. That's the new Vicklin area.
That's
with,
great.
Extra monsters and some secrets and some extra treasure, plus a quest.
Great job. Looks good.
Thanks. It's funny. I'm running around without the you're in full daylight and I'm still in darkness.
How's the lighting in dark on this? Does it look good too?
I like it. Yeah. I try to, when I make a scene, I try to pay attention to what it might look like in the dark. So I will, if the player can control the lights, like in a dungeon, a standard dungeon will have, let's say each section of hallway has like one torch on the wall. I will probably turn off every other torch. So there's enough light to sort of get around. You can see where the next corner is.
Right.
But it lets players like turn all the lights on or off depending upon how they like to set up their own little breadcrumb tracking system. I know a lot of players like to do that. I like to do that. What I also like to do is I like to put a light at a key, like doorway or threshold, a little bit of a go this way kind of a hint, or take a look in here. So whenever there's like a building has a door, probably there's a light in front of it. Whenever there's a gate that has a door, there's a light. If there's a main path, there's probably like 1 or 2 lights along the path to lead you along. I have a couple of special lights in here. So normally the obsidian lights are these sort of like floaty crystals that are on, floating as part of a little pointy structure, a little pointy thing that's either like a full post on the ground or something that's reaching out from the wall. Some of them are missing their lights, missing a crystal, so there's no light. In a couple of cases, there's sort of like a hint for a puzzle, so they have they would be white instead of the typical sort of like yellowy green or purple. They're kind of like a white, and then if something triggers with the puzzle, if it triggers in a certain, usually correct way, but it could be just triggering. But if you trigger the correct way, then I have the light change color. The crystal itself changes color, and the light goes on instead of being it sort of dull and dormant. So that's something to keep an eye on. The light sometimes will be a helpful hint if it is initially just a pale crystal with no one light, no broadcasting light. What else do I have in here? I talked about the resources. There's some trees. You can find the Vicklin crystals. What I did was I slightly increased the chance that you can find the crystals on the valley dwellers, the pale ones. Because they use them so much, then it just made like a lot of sense. And that's also why I changed it from, instead of 1 of each crystal in your inventory, you can have up to 3. So I still want to feel rare, but I don't want you to feel like you're constantly hunting crystals to do some of these things. So also, if you have friends and you have different colored crystals, then one of you can unlock something, and then both of you can enjoy whatever it is that's unlocked. So that's always fine. It's usually a case that anyone can benefit from when a crystal has done something. And if you don't have the crystals, if you have a house but you don't have the crystals yet, if you haven't seen them, they are also house decorations. So you want to bring them in your house and bring them to the wall or whatever. Like, kind of set them up so that people can just put them around and accentuate their house and their things. Ellen Moon says, like shiny gem-like basketballs. Yeah, they're kind of big on the wall, but whatever. They're magical crystals. They're super tiny in your pocket, but you pull it out and it expands, I guess. Like everything.
Yeah. It's magic.
Yeah, you have like a massive bookcase in your pocket and pull it out. It's great on the wall.
Well, it looks good. Yeah, I'm sure everybody will come over and check this out.
Yeah, I really wanted to do it also as a part of the other scene. I like the idea of you actually making your way through the tunnels to get to here. I could have made it like a separate scene where you could sort of just, like teleport, to zone from one scene to another. But I really like the idea of you moving in here. So I had always planned it that way. And by the way, for those of you who like the maps, the in-game map, like when you press M, you see the map and you have the zone. There will be no map area details for this area, and that is intentional. So think of it like a sort of like a dungeon within the main map. So the main area, the village, and all the way up to the Obsidian Cave and all that stuff, that's all fine. You know, you can see the map is normal, all the details. Once you go in those tunnels, no extra details are given to you. And this valley is just always unknown territory. Not that it's too big, it's not really too tough. The tunnels are basically linear. They zigzag a little bit, but they're basically linear. And then when you get into the valley, it's not zigzaggy at all. It's a lopsided circle cut in half. Pretty easy.
Sounds good. Well, it is that time. We have some prizes to give away. So we should
I'm
do
ready.
that. Okay, what are you doing? Names
As
or
promised,
prizes?
there is one person who got 2 prizes.
As
Pretty
promised.
much every time.
Yep.
I'll read off the prize name.
Okie dokie. I'll read off the
Oh.
character.
Okay, I'll let you butcher the names on the characters.
Sounds good.
All right. First up, we have Portable Ether Vibration Amplifier.
And that goes to Gloria Essentia and Aria Bloodmoon.
And for the second prize, we have the Eternal Pattern Mighty Lightning Hammer. Thor, it's Thor's hammer.
Shh. And that goes to Nyx Corpfaust and Janie Murphy.
See, Thor's one of those we can use because it's not like Marvel really owns Thor. They stole
He's
that.
mythological.
Yeah, he's mythological. We can steal that all we want to. It's Thor's hammer. All right. Third prize, Winter Pattern Glass Table Lamp 3-pack.
Taylor Silverstaff and David Collins.
Very original name there, David Collins. Next up is the Yule Stockings 2022 3-pack. You'll have time to put them up even.
And that'll go to Radicus and Vitharo.
And last but not least, the Snow Globe 2022 variety goes to
Mapper and, wait for it, Radicus.
the double winner is Radicus. That's
Congratulations.
cats out of the bag there. Someday we'll fix that script, but we know you guys love it. So
Yeah. So congratulations to all the prize winners, and I'm sure the prizes will get sent out over the next few days. Being the holiday season, there might be some delay on that, but we'll get those out to you
in time for Christmas.
in time for Christmas. Exactly. So,
All right.
I think that's about it. Let me see if there's anything else I missed on my list of things due. Nope. Thank you very much, Keith, for showing us around the new section of Vicklin.
You're welcome.
It's definitely cool. I like it. I like the tunnels to get to it too. Somebody had said earlier in the chat about deeper dungeons and tunnels and stuff, and I like those too. I think that's a great aspect of the game.
Actually, something else I tried to do when I made those tunnels, besides sort of trying to make it feel like a little bit Obsidian-ish, was I tried to make everything tall, high ceilings. I didn't necessarily just sort of like double the width and height for everything, but I wanted to have like the extra height. I feel that kind of like a really good Star Wars set, height and the sense of falling to your doom is an important part of Obsidian architecture.
Apparently we have a request for some dragons in Castle Atos. I'm not sure how Atos feels about that.
I prefer the Death Bunnies. They make better video content than the dragons where they're all over the place. Death Bunnies clear them out quicker, but I'll leave it up to you guys.
Excellent. All right, I'm heading back over there. Or I think I'm heading back over. Level.
But the dragons also, when they die, like if you have too many of them, they're just like covering the whole
everywhere.
ground. You,
Yeah.
it's just a big pile of dragon wings. This is what you see.
Let's see what we got here.
And we've done a poor job of thanking people. Malhari, Spry One, Versago, Z of Silverdale, Mr. Cush, Mountain Slayer, Ryu Spirituality, Valtharo.
Oh,
I'm sure there's
Krampus.
some
That's a
more in
good
there.
idea. Some Krampus and some naughty brats.
Keyman's for Asmodi, Tular Fairlow. Let's see. I think that was all for this stream. The others get back into older stuff there. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to sign off and go make the family some dinner. All the guys out there, I'll do my goodbye early here. Thank you so much. See you around in game over the holidays. And as always, we'll see you on the next stream and see you in the next release. And I think that's it. Merry Christmas, everyone. I just want to say, I know you're all disappointed. I saw dozens, literally dozens of people in there screaming that Chris did not sing for us. I will say last year, Maxine did sing in, and that was actually our most watched stream ever, was Maxine singing Christmas carols. We did not practice this year. We'll have to do better next time. But yes, I know, Flair. I know you wanted to hear me sing. But guys, again, thank you so much, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you want to do. And yeah, Maxine did great this year. She'd do better this year, I think. She's writing her own songs now, so it's getting even better. But I will be signing off and see you guys later. Enjoy the Death Bunny / Dragon / whatever Ravalox decides to drop on you. It looks like Krampus. That's right. You guys are going to do the Krampus instead.
Yeah, it failed.
All right, guys. And as you can hear, my dogs are demanding I join them, so I'm going to go ahead and get off.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
All right, while you look up the Krampus thing, I want to praise David, or Devil Cult, because he put in this an awesome change to how you can use emotes. It's got these emote hotbar. There's an emote hotbar that you can use, but also you can drag emotes into your regular utility hotbar as well. And if you don't know what that is, bring up your emotes window, which is O on your keyboard by default. And at the bottom of your emotes list, you'll see a little checkbox, toggle emote hotbar. You can also go to your regular keybinds and choose a keybind there. But once you turn it on, you'll see a little hotbar that pops up on the side. Any of these emotes in your emote list, you can drag into the hotbar, and then it just becomes, kind of like you use your skills and such. You can just sort of click on the icon and then use your emote. It's great. It's simple, easy to use. It's great. You can move it around too. If it's not in the perfect place you want, you can move it left and right. I think there's also a way you can turn it sideways. I have it still the normal vertical way, but he made it so you can turn it sideways. Right?
There's a checkbox in settings, one to turn it on and off, and one to turn it horizontal or vertical.
Yep. When you hover over any of the icons, you can see the name of that emote. In case you forgot what it is, what you put where, you can sort of move them around. Like everything you expect from a normal icon in a hotbar. It's great. Still trying to work on Krampus, or you think he won't work?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Special spawning that.
That's actually what I'm thinking. I'm still trying something here. Let's see if we can do this. Microsoft wants to reboot my computer. Everything's happening all at once here.
I'm looking at Asmodi Mahul in Castle Atos, and he has a great Santa Claus look, I gotta say.
Is this like this? Yeah, that doesn't work that way. This is one of the things I want to fix this year is our summon commands between the GM potion and the actual admin commands, or the syntax is mishmashed and it doesn't work right. I have it on my list of things to do because we have some problems with the way with the players spawn stuff using the potion. We're actually going to create a new subdirectory and actually put stuff that's specifically there for the VIP potions, for the player potions, GM potions. And that way those will work specifically the way we want them to, and we won't have any problems. This one, I'm not sure why certain monsters don't want to actually work.
So I had a question. So I know obviously that the way I set up spawners is different than this sort of like spawn on the fly situation. When you spawn these guys on the fly, do we have to prepare a special version of that bad guy
Nope.
without loot or anything? No, it just sort of pops them up.
Nope. By default, they have no loot if they're dev spawned.
Okay.
Yeah.
I probably was told that a few times in the past, but I don't really do it, so I don't it doesn't stick
Yeah,
in
yeah.
my little brain.
Yeah, it's one of those things we don't do it often enough to remember everything. That's why every time I do this, I have to go look it up and figure out what the hell I did wrong.
Yeah,
But,
I have those things as well.
there is a.
I'm gonna praise Devil Cult again while you're doing that. He's been working on something for me today, so it's very fresh in my mind. He's very accommodating for me, and he shouldn't be. I'm gonna take advantage of him every time. But what I'd ask for. So normally, let's say I break a crate as a player, as an avatar. I can break a crate, and I can get a certain flag put on me. It's pretty simple. That's fine. That's how it works already. What I asked him was like, can I actually apply a counter to that flag? Because we can apply counters in other situations, like during a conversation or a few other situations. But I can't do it. I can't do that same sort of gimmick when I break a crate or flip a switch, or what was the third one I asked for? Or look in a treasure chest. And he said, "Oh, I'll be able to work on that. I should be able to do it soon." Like, okay, just no rush. He goes, "Oh, I might be able to do it today." So he actually like just in a couple of hours, he like was giving me some. I think he's gonna still sort of make sure do some extra testing on it, but it was working pretty well. So the way I'm going to use it is there'll be another quest for Vikland where somebody will say, "I want you to smash crates," and instead of having the quest say you need to smash the first crate and the second crate and the third crate, I could say something like, "The 6 crates out there, go smash any 3 of them," because the counter will actually track. And for me, that's phenomenal. I don't know how much players think about that, but that opens up stuff. I've talked to some players about how I have the sort of like a renown tracker that tracks how many quests you do in a certain area, like how many quests you do for the Vikland people. And eventually it'll be like, if you do a certain number of quests, say there's 6 quests in a town, Tangamire or whatever, and to progress in like a bigger storyline, you might have to do half of those. So 3 of any of the 6 quests in the local area. So I have like a counter used for that. Whoop, big dragon just popped up. So this is sort of similarly. I like the counter thing because it, once again, like I talk a lot, I like to let the player decide what they're going to do first or last or not at all. And so you'll be able to choose what you want to do, and choices is a big deal for quests. So I'm very excited about this. Besides the dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see there's a hell of a lot of potential for using emotes to trigger things and in quests and everything. There's actually it could be extremely exciting to get that done. Yeah, I don't know. I think it may actually. This actually may be stemming from the same bug, where the player spawning problem that we have that's going on. I mean, there is a limit that we put into the spawn code. Personally, I think that limit should be adjusted, but it also has a problem like as you can see here, that dragon's not going to disappear, which it should. And if I go to spawn more stuff, I'm actually probably not going to be able to do it. Let's see if I could. Oh, actually, it went all the way back there. All right, well, that could be part of it.
So for players coming to check this out, we are in Castle Atos, which is in Novia, the main continent, north of Sultan, along the road between Sultan and Sultan's Bridge. If you come in to the scene and you can't find us, we're in the back half of the scene. And the front half is like a little village, and the back half is this sort of big open courtyard area.
All right, I figured out what I did wrong there. But see, now that's it. It says it spawned them, but they're not here. So I have to reload the scene now to be able to fix this.
Oh, Dragon's gone.
Yep. So that's where the bug is, and I got to put together a whole list of. There's a whole list of stuff along those lines that needs to be looked at, and just basically want to get some time where we could dedicate. That's where the roadmap comes into play, really. The roadmap is going to
don't spoil the roadmap too much.
No. The roadmap, the things that we decide to put on the roadmap is going to say, okay, release by release, we'll know what needs to be done and what's on the official plate, right? Which will allow me to go in there and say, okay, here are the other things that we need to do that are internal that aren't going to do anything for the players, but it's going to help fix like the GM commands and things like this. It'll just make it a lot easier for us to actually do live dev events and things like that. Right now, it's tends to be a little bit of a pain in the neck. Which actually, I don't know if is Mal on. Is Mal here? Mal Hari. He's going to be doing his annual New Year's bash. Mal, just put up in chat here. What's the date and time on that, and I'll repeat what you write out. Just to give you a little plug on that. Allie and I are going to be there, and so you never know what might happen. What usually happens at his party. Okay. And I don't want to put you on the spot. If you're not ready, that's fine. But we know the party's going to happen. And Justin will be DJing, and so we'll have music and all that neat stuff. It's usually the place to be at the end of the year in Shroud of the Avatar. Okay, now let me see if I can get these guys. No, stop that.
So the cat dude said, said next December spawn Reapers dressed as angry Christmas trees. I like that visual.
Oh yeah, me too.
We do have two visuals for Reapers now. There's the normal one and there's a swamp one. We should. Yeah. We need a coniferous one.
Yeah. We would need. It'd be a lot of art to add. We need a brand new 3D.
Yeah, it would be a whole new model.
If we just sort of like put decorations in the leaves of one of them, that could be okay. I don't really know how they're set up. I know sometimes we can we have like the helpful guide automaton at the entrance to this area, to this castle, and he's just like a normal automaton. I was able to add a hat to his head. That kind of thing is pretty simple. I made a variant of some other characters that aren't in the game yet. They have like a scarf, kerchief sort of thing around their neck. I was able to find somewhere and sort of do a poor man's accessory situation. So that kind of thing wouldn't be bad. If we needed to have like a string of lights or something, that might be rough. But if it was just I don't know, looking at our Christmas tree, if it's just sort of like presents attached to leaves, that might be okay. It'd be funny.
All right, I think we're going to be in good shape here. I just need to reload the level again. Yeah, this is one of the internal quality of life things we really need to fix. And everybody will be happy to know that my Amazon order just arrived safely.
Woohoo!
I found that Margaret Weiss is actually there's a new book that Margaret and Tracy wrote for going back to the Dragonlance series.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of the Dragonlance series, so she's selling the hardcover book on her site, margaretweiss.com or something like that, and you could get the hardcover up there, and she'll sign it. So I bought a copy of that, so I'm getting a signed copy of that book.
Yeah, there's a new Dragonlance book out from Wizards for D&D.
Yeah.
With a 5th edition version, updating it for today's audience. I would love if they did that with Dark Sun. I love the Dark Sun setting. I don't know if other people know about this, but it was sort of like a hardcore sort of desert Conan sort of gods have abandoned us kind of a almost apocalyptic thing. You know, all the magic is kind of like been used up and it's destroying the world. No more gods to help you, and there's these god kings that sort of like rule their little pocket communities. It was good. I liked it a lot. Metal was also very rare in that setting, which I thought was interesting. Everything's like used up, and it's just a world on its, you know, close to its end.
Right. Well, these guys should be despawning. As soon as they die, they should despawn. That'll have to be changes isn't done in the script. All right, well, let's see. I'll do one last summon because I'm probably gonna have to reload. Do this. See what happens. Nope. See nothing. All right. Load level. Clear that out. Come back in. We'll do one more spawn round, and then I'll go ahead and do a raid. And we'll let everybody get on with their lives. Nope, stop that. Yeah, I want to have a randomizer introduced
there he
into
is.
this as well. Yeah, I got 10 of them in there.
There are them. They is here.
I should keep them busy for about 3 seconds.
Yeah, everyone will just like dump all their AoEs in the same spot, I guess.
Yeah.
The boys are back in town.
Killing all the cramp eye.
Lasting a little bit longer than I thought they would.
I like the look of our bard spells. I'll say randomly.
See, it's not good unless at least one player dies, so that's good.
Oh, look at that blood splatter. Oh, it's gone already.
And there we are.
Nice.
All right.
Good job, everyone.
Woo. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and check out our raid here. I believe that Right Plan is the person who's going to be raided. Right Plan. That's Gemma. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. And
All right, thanks for coming, everyone.
just waiting for the thing. 5 seconds. 4, 3. Thanks
Yep,
a lot,
have a good
everybody.
night.
Have a good one. have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and all those holidays. We'll see you on the other side. Okay, making sure it goes through. And it looks like it went.